Who?
That terrace.
Adjustment maybe.
It was inviting people.
It was inviting people. It's as if they were... Whoa. Hey, you're trying to the bed. Yes. Don't worry, you're there.
General. He's called General Makum. General Makum. The horse tracking.
Please, someone show me a bad.
But what's up,
Poppy, am I there? I'm waiting for a badge.
Some guys saying the battery for the university.
I'm just seeing.
Who says?
But they are just funny.
Who says the battery for the university? I'm
What? The back? No. Just want to see somebody going around. Hey, you are seeing the back. Now, how are we going to see them? But now the problem is where? No, don't like that. When you can even see that right here.
You said it. I'm sure when I get it, you said it. Wait.
No, anyway, you know what you're pressing. I don't know what that. Let me focus. But what I'm seeing is, I think Hey, Jacob, you are taking it. Don't worry. You are taking not to take
We are taking our no, what are you?
The one they eat.
When is 14?
So, I want all.
I just wanted everything.
Wherever it is. You be
Bali bakubiyeko bwana ko.
Olaba nsogora kimba mu kamera eyo. Izo okuze misango n'enjukuzira. Tege.
Nera nangenda bino.
Ekitikawo kiringa kitoyi babitundanga bitoyi eri kuteka kintu. Enda naba. Wagamba saguteka.
I don't know. It's a gun.
That has been broken just I should have gone on.
No, we can do things. Just there. We are here posing for. You are here posing for photo. Just to photograph your photograph of field. These ones are taking just they have been looking for us but not this. You go there and I think I know you want to go there. Mobila, if I don't surface in that tree.
Hey, you want to surface in it?
Want to go to the village and brag.
That's what?
This is what I do. This is what I do in Makere.
So who wants to be a cameraman? Once in a while. Okay, come I teach you. Once in a while,
That one you have to teach from best principles.
if you want to turn it around, okay, you don't need to touch anywhere for anything, but you loosen here, then it moves around. Okay? Then if you want to move it up and down, like seeing a bit of people, you can do that and be able to see exactly what is going on. You could choose to, zoom the screen, but I wouldn't advise you to over zoom. But this would be now, eventually when there's...
But it is there, it is almost
Okay, sir.
Where is these ones to not
I have to apologize, I'm 10 minutes late. But because you have been sitting all around in your office, it's nice to stand. Okay, so you also the you all saw the advert, but before I go very far, those who do not know me, I'm Benon Fred TWINAMASIKO. I teach physics here, and I'm trying hard to make sure that people know where physics is. And also I'm trying hard to make sure that these young ones can also be inspired into science and not see that some people have people
Unison.
I always start with a presentation so that the moon can rise nicely and it becomes a little bit dark. Otherwise, if I come here and say, come and see the moon through the telescope, it wouldn't be in any way interesting. So you will allow me to take you through a presentation. After that, then you will be able to have fun looking at the moon. But you would have already seen the photographs of the moon. Even if the clouds become malicious, what? Because I know most of you, when you look at how many who haven't come, when they look in the sky, they say, it seems it has been captured. So that is not the case. So I will, this is just to remind you that you are in the right place. Those of you who saw the sunset, and this is for the last I'm laughing at people who cannot blink their eyes. So as I'm trying to take you through practice, to make sure that when we are looking through the telescope, you can move your eye without anyhow, I've already said
Very
the
fun,
and this baby here you see is actually up there. But I had to adjust the camera so that this camera can easily get the mood. So I was standing on the other side.
Kalabi.
So I had to
Buen.
make sure that I photograph the
Eno tunulayo.
not allowed. And each of these
Tineno
planets,
okubayo okuba ffe tuba tukuba byeyo byokka. Kitegedde.
before I go so much in the sun, that's the sun moon. I saw it coming from inside that
Njagala
extended
mwagala
here
mulaba.
before you came here.
Binde.
In this moon. I saw the moon, I saw the sun moving in the morning from there, and then in the evening it disappeared there. Okay. The sun does not move. Just like when you are in the bus, please move. In physics, we call it relative velocity. Because you are moving and everything in the bus is with you, you think the bus is not moving. But you keep seeing the trees. And the first time I came to Kampala, I left the trees going to my village. And when I was going back, I found them again on the same place. So the trees do not move, it's we who move. And we always see the trees move. Similarly, it is we on the earth who move, as I will show you. But we always see that the sun is the one which, and we are managed by sunset. The sun does not rise who are moving. But of course, whenever we have wrong things, we take them as the right thing. We don't complain as long as we are moving. So the sun is there. The next planet is Mercury. Next one is Venus. I hear that all of us are on Earth. Men come from Mars. Then we have the giant Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But we also have the dwarf planet called Pluto. It had been removed from the list of planets, but scientists say no. If we are hunting for more other planets out there, how can we leave what we already see? So of reason it was taken back into the system. And this is how they speak for the young one. Have you ever played the game of things like this? My brother used to make me fall down. When you then afterwards, when I start struggling around, then they laugh at me until when I grow up and when I start doing like this after that, I stabilize my head and I can no longer struggle. So the planets also spin around. They stagger a little bit, but it's not, the staggering is not easily designed. And actually, this is how they do it. This is our sun. This is the Earth is around here. This Mars. This was then there is Venus. But this is just a demonstration of how they spin around. It's not a big deal. It's not representative of the actual how the spinning and the rotating around and the world. And for those of you who would like to have facts, these are the facts about each of the planets, how the and we are always and I told you about that. I had to look at the moon and try to adjust my camera near the receiver, and then that is lamp, which we saw at the beginning. So in 2013, when I participated in these things of I found out that the public is very free, including our journalists, even including colleagues and the other students of mine. So after I participated, I said, why can't we do something that can make people aware when I have culprit here who was saying physically, and indeed the moon is not around. It's somewhere.
What was in the motivation?
So that was January, February,
The news reporters were
So previously when I saw the excitement, people were getting up they say that it was really heavy. And the event since today the last one was unless because December would be full of exams, so I wouldn't want to be here when something like this in our exams. So mostly it is all about the moon for instance, but there are also events like meteor showers which we don't see because they are far away from the North Pole, and then there are eclipses. So there was a solar eclipse in April, but it was in Australia, and it was only observed by the penguins. The penguins are the ones which enjoy the annular eclipse in Australia, because this place the Antarctic and you can't find any people there. So the penguins enjoy it, as you can see. This is the real photograph of the penguins enjoy. And then on the 23rd, there was one in North America on October. And then we had a lunar eclipse also in April. And also we had October 8th, we had the total Pacific which was also observed in October. And July 12th, we were able to see a super full moon, August 10th. But here I wasn't where I could see it, I was really about. But I didn't know. And this is the and for the second, the northern hemisphere people were able to see it passing here. December 21st will be marked for 93 ISS. You've ever been looking in the sky and then you see some star moving. Sometimes it is not the sky, it is the National Space Station. We are here. Wow. And you know the big thing was there. When you say the earth is round, it's not a big. And currently, I normally use the joke. The Pope, the one who resigned, he was given a conference from the International Space Station in Vatican. So they put a camera in the International Space Station, the camera of him in Vatican, and he was able to talk to people on the International Space Station. And you would see them, hanging in space, weightless. And here, after seeing them, he said, I'm resigning. So that's why the Pope did not wait to be dead, but he resigned. He said, it seems we were following something which are not good. So I resigned, but that is just a joke. Please don't quote me as good. So I've already talked about the penguin eclipse, which was seen by penguins. I talked about the one of the past eclipse. And then I talked about the International Space Station. Oh, it has helped to do a lot of experiments. In physics, we would study about weightlessness, we would study about the people when you leave the atmosphere of the Earth, then you no longer have any weight. But it was always heartless to remain anything. Then another thing would be, what would happen if there was no gravity, how would an experiment behave? How would growth of plants behave? Now they are trying to do those experiments. And those of you who follow TV, you know Antares rocket recent, which was unmanned, blew up just after launch. Just blew up, and it was taking supplies and experiments as well as some food for the people who are occupying this International Space Station. So being on this place, you are able to realize that actually the Earth is round. Actually, these are clouds here. This is the robotic arm of the International Space Station. Sometimes they fly over it, like here. They are below the Earth. You go below the Earth and see it up there. And then sometimes they fly over the Earth. And these are solar panels, because once you go above the clouds, some of you have ever traveled in an aeroplane. When you are there, the sun is always there. The problem why we can't use solar efficiently here is because when you are here, sometimes it is cloudy, like now it is melting us, or sometimes it is raining. The problem is once you go out of the clouds, you have enough energy to power the world. And they are using that energy to power all the systems that are on the International Space Station. Some of you are wondering, how big is it? Is it just a box up there? It is about a football pitch. So this is like a soccer pitch. And they designed it in a way that it fits in there. The center being on the center of the pitch. And this is a photograph which was taken when it was transiting along the moon. So these bits you are seeing, which are like either eagles or birds. This is, I think, about, I'm not sure about how, I'm not a good cameraman, but there's a way they take a photo in intervals and be able to get using parts. And this is how the moon would look like if you photograph it from the International Space Station. You look at our atmosphere on the Earth, and then you have the moon, and every other place is dark. You just see some mix of other stars, and if you are happening to have a planet in vision, see it there. Otherwise, even when you are in a plane, when you look up there, you look at nothing. And then you see clouds. One time I thought maybe if I jumped, I can have a nice rest in there, but I guess you just go through and disappear down. So the Muslims normally make us anxious. We shall tell you tomorrow. It may be coming or what. When it becomes dark, they say Mecca has an announcement. But these are the calendars of the different moon phases every month. So January, now we are in November, and we are around November 6th today. And it is already the calendar is there, it is good. So will be December. And when you go on the internet, you can know when the moon is coming up. It's by 6:21, it should have been around Ororo. And it will rise slowly, only that we have the trees, and definitely we have the clouds. But seemingly they are behaving a little bit nicer. The more we don't say much bad about them, maybe they may behave. So you are able to know when the moon is coming and when it will be setting. Setting is when it is going to disappear on the other horizon of the moon. Rising, for our reference here, is when it is coming from Corona. And as you can see, the dark here, the full moon is showing here, but it will be this full moon at around in the night, around midnight. That's when you'll be having 100% full moon, but we shall not be here. So we shall comfortably say today is the fullest moon as predicted, but it will be fuller in the night towards next day. So you don't need to say when is it rising, where is it. The information is on the internet. But why do I bring this? There are people who are busy updating this internet. There are people who are busy collecting this data, and they have jobs. continue crying about the jobs. If there was one who is trying to update where our parks are, when these parks able to give services, those people will get the money. And people will be able to access these places and get resources. We can get all this information from internet. All of you almost have gone to Google. Ever wondered who puts it there? And Google is the richest person, is the richest establishment almost in the world. Today we are here because of these three objects: the sun and the moon, how it reflects the light onto the earth. And then I will remind you of how the moon looks like when you are in space. These are the way the clouds are. It's no longer dependable on how these photos are taken. I'll show you there. International Space Station as an example. So I will try now to be a little bit big so that it becomes that if you see it first, please let me know. So this is how everything runs. And I remember talking about the bus and the trees. So this is the sun, and as you can see, it's also spinning about an axis. This is the earth where we are, and going around it is the moon. The moon goes around the earth for a month. And in vernacular, if you are a moon or a month one, in vernacular you will find that you can't differentiate between the moon and the month. Meaning that when you complete one revolution, you say you've made a month, and the thing which is doing it is also in vernacular called as if it is a month. So what happens is that the sun here, the light from the sun is reflected from the moon, and we on the earth are able to see it. Let me try to see whether I can get I'm going to put this pointer here, and when the moon reaches there, I start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost. So this is just an animation, so it cannot be that accurate. So the moon goes around the earth for a whole month, and because the earth also is going around the sun, they are able to complete the year in 12 months. The other thing is that when we are looking at the eclipse, which is when the shadow is on the earth because of the moon, is called the solar eclipse. And as you can see, there is a shadow which always happens here. See the shadow? There is a shadow at one point when they are in the line to have a shadow on the earth, and that's why you cannot have the whole earth covering the whole shadow covering the earth. That's why America can have an eclipse and we don't have. You find the Papuachi having an eclipse. There was no eclipse in Papuachi, but here we didn't have any. We were always seeing part of it, and some people say it was hazy, but in Papuachi, we are completely in that for a couple of seconds. And now we have the other thing is that the earth moves around itself, which we call spinning on the axis, for 24 hours.
You want to get this?
So much as the moon is moving around the earth is also moving. So once in a while in a given day of the month,
I will be wanting
of the day, in a given time of the day,
but when I shift to that place, I don't think I will get it.
as it is turning, when it's spinning, it sees the moon there, and then for us to see it. It grows and it sets. Then at another point it sees it. I normally demonstrate using help by a kid, so I would get a kid who is not shy. Yes, you did put up your hand fast. I don't want you to spin and fall here, but we are going to get our box here. This will be our sun. I hope this is enough space. Because I'm the one spinning, so if I fall, you don't laugh at me. So what you are going to do, you are going to go around me, and both of us, we shall go around this box. Okay. Yeah, it will be enough just for demonstration. You see how these things are moving? You are this thing here. am this one. This one is the box. You understand? Even if we did it just like from here up to around here, it will be enough. So you go around windmill like this. Walk like this. Around here. Try and I see. Yes. So you will be going around here. I'm here. So you do that around me. I'm going to spin. You will be moving. I'll be spinning about my axis as well as trying to move around the box. We shall do it a couple of So I'm going to spin around myself for 24 hours. So I've seen him, don't keep the speed low. So I haven't seen him, now he's set, he's the moon, okay? And then I have now seen him, he's risen. And then I'm still going, Thank you very much. I think we have done our part. We are now going. I think we have now elaborated the able to demonstrate it. But as I spin about my axis, I keep going around it. But every time I try to, when my spin comes to the same point, I say I'll finish the day. Then I see him. Then we go, then I see him again. And then in a month, much as the moon is going around the earth, for a whole month, every day we see it, because a day is made up of 24 hours. So after 24 hours, we go back to where we were. We go back to where we were. But it is hard to see. You can't have a fall in the sky and say, we saw that thing yesterday. Okay, so I guess everybody now knows how our bodies move. And the gentleman who was saying it should be this way. Now what we are doing, we are spinning. We are going this side. The sun has gone this side. And the moon also is coming to go around us. When it is coming from that side, sooner or later. So, what happens? Why would this be so special? Is that this is what creates the season. First of all, the season of the day. We start from a season of the day, gets morning, gets evening, and then those days continue to make a month makes a year, and given a position of the earth, then you have an amount of light shining on the given regions of the earth. So for example, if the earth is around here, the sun is shining more because of this tilt. This is that. I was spinning vertically, but at one time I can spin this, another time spin on the other side. So at one point we have more sun, and another time we be having more sun. And that's why we have what we call the winner in terms of the season. And this normally applies in the temperate regions, like when you are in the United States and UK. So this one will be more elaborated in the next photographs in about December, which is now. You all know that in the morning at around 6:30, it is already bright. And that is because for us now who are here in Africa, the sun is more. But if you can contact a friend in either in Canada or in Norway, they will tell you by now it gets dark earlier. And it gets brighter later in the day, around 11, around 10. So, and then when the earth continues going around the sun, at one point around March, you have these upper regions getting more sun, and then when it is the summer, you have the top here being more illuminated. And because when the sun disappears, sun is the one which gives us all the heat we use or we enjoy. If it is not there, then you have the coldness coming in, and then you get the snow happening, and then that's the winter. And the next photographs are even more better. Like this one, laboratory shows you the sun. The sun is not that nice thing to see up there. It has a lot taking place on it, but I may not go into that. And then you have this winter, the winter solstice and summer solstice is like a transition from one season to the other. So is the autumn and the vernal equinoxes along this other side. So the movement of these objects is the one which creates what we call seasons, which creates seasons of winter. But here in Africa, and normally when I'm giving these presentations, I normally hint that in Africa we are who we are because nothing special happens. Maybe currently when I see changes, I normally reach here 6:30 on the road. I always see nobody. Nowadays you find everybody because it is getting sunny a little bit earlier. Before I would enjoy just coming here, no one. By 6:15 there, nobody on the road. Now I don't know whether people pass people in the windows to see whether the sun is there. Now in the UK, in America, or let's say in the West, because of the season, business happens in a good way. In the winter, you have a question? It's okay. Let's rush through, and then when we are looking at it, we should be able to look at what we understand. So I'm going to be a bit speedier because people are already seeing it. So this is what happens when the sun is here. You have illumination of the America. When the sun is here, you have the other parts being the ones illuminated, transiting. You have now this other part in darkness. Then you have them being in winter. These parts now are the ones in the darkness, but transiting. So that's how the seasons happen. When the earth is spinning at one point in the year, the other part of the earth on top is not having the sun. It cools down and gets snow, and people start skiing and having Winter Olympics. And they enjoy. They even buy new skiing stuff, they make competitions. In Africa, we remain as it were. In summer, they go for sunbathing, they they go in bikini, buy more things to. So business takes place in season. Here in his Matokes, nothing changes. But at least when it remains season, you are able to get more money, or less to get the produce cheap. And this is how the earth spins, and once it spins, it tilts a little bit. It doesn't spin on vertically. That's why when I was demonstrating here, I was spinning vertical. But at one point, I'm supposed to, so that I tilt away from the place. And this is just to show you that people have been able to model and see what is inside the earth, different layers. I won't talk much about this. And this is more elaborated, that you have this other region being illuminated by the sun at a given point in a year, and these other regions being in darkness. And then on a good scale, you see that this other top part is in winter, when the down one is in summer. After 6 months, the reverse happens. You find the bottom here in South Africa, they are in winter, but the people up here are busy sunbathing. It also happens on other objects in the sky, like the asteroids. They also have the place where there is winter, where there is some snow, some places where there is only, or where there is no snow, and this will continue. I have to move on. And this is the picture which really shows how these different places are illuminated, whereas those which are not illuminated are busy in the other season. For example, in winter, you have these top regions being so much in coldness because of the sun. The driver of our life is the sun. Gives us photosynthesis, which gives us starch, which makes things grow. And if you didn't get enough sun like me, you get some ball-leg structure. And this is just to emphasize the point that you have the summer here for these people here. But when it is this point, Africa is enjoying the sun earlier. Like today, you saw it in the morning at 6:30, it was already shining. And then you have people now preparing up there to buy jackets for their comfort. And this is the spinning of the earth. It doesn't spin vertically, it spins while it is. It's like this, if you got this eucalyptus fruit and you spin them, They do not spin vertically. They spin as they travel around. And that's how the Earth also does it. And that's why we are able to have these two regions having more of the snow. And this is how the day and night happens. Now that we are in darkness, Americans are waking up. Because nothing has changed. The Americans have now started spinning towards the sun, so it is morning for them. For us, we are now enjoying an evening. And there was a rumor or a hoax which was saying that NASA said that from 16th of December to 22nd, there is not going to be any sun on the earth. God is so wonderful, He made everything, the sun will always be there. At least on a given region on the earth, every day, along the year, and along other decades and centuries. So don't read that rumor, especially on the social media, and then you are like, oh, we are in trouble. 6 days of darkness are going to be there. It won't happen at all. Okay, here is the juicy part of it, of how we have the moon moving in different phases. So, here we are standing here now on the earth. On this other side is where it's set. Okay? On this side is where the sun rises from. So now it has set. If it is a new moon, it means that the light will shine here and be reflected back to the sky. And that means we will be seeing a dark thing. So when it is about to be a new moon, you only see it when it is shining on the other side. But when it is in the sky, you can't look at it and see it anywhere. It's not possible. And the reason for that is that the light has been reflected this other side. The moon does not produce its own light. It's just a chunk of whether rocks, whether soil, they are still trying to explore. And it just reflects the light, just like you are seeing this light being reflected here. Here it is dark, but here you are seeing, so you may think that there is nothing here if you were not so near, because of this shadow which is casting on this part. And also you are able to see this rough cast, like here. If you are not so keen and careful, if it was so dark on this other part, you may think that maybe this is, it stops here. But this is just reflecting the light from the tube, this other tube. That's how the moon does it. So when the moon is going around the earth, as we demonstrated with my friend, then at one point you are easily seeing just a small portion of it and giving you this crescent. At another point you get this fast quarter. At another point you get a waxing gibbous. At another point when they are when the sunlight is directly opposite to the moon, like today, when it is opposite, the sun set here, the moon is rising here, they are directly opposite, you get all this light being reflected back to the earth and being a full moon which you are going to see today. And that full moon, I mean on a new moon, when it has set, when the sun has set, we always see this reflection here. But when you are careful, you are able to see even this whole board, that it is spherical. It is only this other part that is being illuminated by the sun which went down. So we always see the crescent moon only when it is setting. And then in a few moments you see the moon also disappear, because it had been coming like this. We didn't see it during the day, and when it sets, when the sun sets, we are dark. I mean, we get darkness, and then we are looking for any light that can come, and that's the light you always see on a new moon, which is like a sequel, very nicely trimmed. So the reason of being here is to make sure that you believe these photographs. Otherwise, if you see these photographs from the internet or from books, you may say, how they are lying. How can you have these bits here? Unfortunately, for today, because of being a full moon, we may not be able to see them. This is how now it looks like. Even if I increase the resolution, it doesn't really come out. Because it's like, when I look here, it looks like it is smooth. But when I extend here, I start looking at it in the rafter. And for a full moon, you will be able to see this whole flat bit of the moon. Whereas if it is like a young moon or half moon, you will be able to see the rafters along here. Okay, here comes the nice part. As a villager, whenever we would be coming from digging, with a couple of other women also coming from digging, we would compare the image we are seeing on the moon with a woman in the moon. So this is where the issue of woman in the moon came about, if you have read something like that. So I want to get people who are creative and see whether you can tell me whether you see any woman. I see something lying like here. But any volunteer, the young ones always make pictures. Do you see any photograph there? Yeah, not the ones who are refused. So you can come and help us. You come and show us where her head is. Don't worry. So you try to show us where the woman is. Don't go in as yeah, stand here and show us. Eh? That is what? The head or the leg? The head is where? Where are her legs? I'm not sure how this woman is positioned. She says the head is there. Any other volunteer? Could be no, not the ones who are in physics or who are not the ones in physics or who have moved before. I need a new person. Yes, please. If you can come, I saw a hand. I think where is the okay.
Where? The volunteer?
Has to be
Forward him.
Who is coming? Not you. You are disqualified. You've been with me. Okay, you can try. This side. This is the head. Okay, you say that is the head. And what is this one here?
This one looks like the child.
So the child is here. So she's carrying the child like how? Okay, another child, then I move on. Another I want new people. Okay, fine. I don't think we should spend more time on this. It's illusion. It's an illusion. If you look at clouds, you are able to see clouds in your own way. And that's why when you have a mental problem, you can see something and you say they are going to box me when it is a tree. So forgive my mental problem that I was able to try to design the woman in the moon. And being a village as I am, I made sure that I give her some firewood, I gave her the baby, and maybe she has a goat too. It could be a sheep as well. No problem, I'm back. This is her hand, this is her head, firewood is around there. The baby, this is the baby shawl or whatever you call it. With her stomach around here, then this is the box. But you can draw anything. I'm still looking at other opportunities of drawing other things in it, maybe depending on the audience that I have. But when I was busy bragging to a Spanish guy that we would always show people that there is a woman in the moon carrying firewood and a baby, he said, in Spain, we do not carry babies on the back and firewood and the whole. So I don't know what we are talking about. I felt a little bit bad. And he said, I'm going now to use an American perspective and put there a cowboy. So I created a cowboy, and pretty nicely, a little bit, I tried to put something so close. If we can go back, you can see the hat of the cowboy, his hand is carrying the and this is the legs of the cowboy. So, but it depends on what you come up with. Actually, there is no woman on the moon, and there is no cowboy on the moon. The moon is because it has no vegetation. The valleys, the Katanga you see, the Chikoni you see, becomes a dark place. So the things we are trying to make as a woman are these darknesses here. These depressions we are seeing, the valleys, and so a stretch of about, this stretch here of about 50 kilometers here is what we are mistaken to be a woman. It's not a woman, it's a valley. So on that note, I've already tried to explain that when the moon is in between, and we are here on the earth, and the sun is this side, the light which comes from here goes back to space. And when it goes back to space, we say we have a new moon, we can't see it. Unless if we are so keen that it is out there, and then we use a telescope and see that outline as the moon. Because all the light will be reflected back to the space. And when we are here, like we are standing here, the moon is in this side and the sun is this side. All the light that is reflected back from the moon, like today, we shall be able to see it, and then we get what we call a full moon. And this is just to show you at one point the moon is nearer the earth, and we call it a peric moon. Sometimes it is far away, like in January this year, and then we call it an apogy moon, and it occurs after a given time. Just like you know, there is a leap year and a normal year. And this is how a full moon would be able to give us this rough cast here. You are able to see these features nicely. Today I'm sorry you may not see them. And I couldn't call you when we have this because it is always up. So to see in a telescope you'd have to lie down. Which won't be possible here. And people have to, many people are doing research and understanding how the moon is. They have labeled a couple of places. For us, we are just enjoying seeing it. For them, they are doing more stuff than we are doing. And already most of the parts of the moon are labeled. They have labels on them. And then if you were to be on the moon, you would also be seeing the earth rising, becoming a crescent, half earth, then full earth. But this photograph wasn't taken by a human being. It was taken by a satellite which was rising on the other side of the moon and then took a shot. This is how we look like. We look like this because these are clouds, these are the oceans. The greenish things you are seeing are the vegetation, blah blah. And this was the Apollo mission, the one in 1960, I think 69. I'm not sure of the year. And we haven't been there. When I say we, don't quote me that the guy was saying they. I mean we, humanity. We who live on the earth, human beings on the earth. When they do something, I also say we, because of collective responsibility. And this is just to show you the dynamics of the moon again around the earth. And then these are the planets which NASA is trying to see whether they are habitable, whether they can be a good resource for taking a couple of us there. Yes, the Mars rover is already there, called Curiosity. It is doing a tremendous work, digging up in the rocks, doing some experiments, taking photographs. They are trying to make call for applications to disappear there. If you want to commit suicide, you can apply and go. It is a one-way ticket. You go to Mars and live there. You can tell us that it was good, but you cannot come back soon. It has to be after some time when the technology for launching a rocket from there back here. Because it takes about 18 months, I think. 18 months from here up to Mars. So I don't know how you'll be able to come back. So these are some of the planets but could be potential habitable exoplanets. And this is our solar system. With our Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, then you have Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then Pluto should be somewhere. And this is the Earth and our Moon, which we are going to see today. And some of you have already seen it. I'm not sure whether it will really allow us to enjoy how it looks like, because I don't know why this side is clearer. And it only decided to go to our side this way. So you saw how these planets look like. Some of them you saw the colors, how they are looking like. Like this one is distinct, Mars is distinct. It's none other than the concentration or the amount of the gases that are on this planet. So the amount of nitrogen gives the Earth the way it looks like. You have the amount of carbon dioxide on Venus being more, the more hydrogen here, and but most importantly, I think Neptune, because of this much hydrogen, gets the color of this type. So all these planets here have these colors because of the composition of the gases on this planet. And this is the complexity of the solar system. With the sun here, our solar system. Otherwise, there are a bunch of other solar systems somewhere. That's why we say we are in the Milky Way galaxy. So we can't brag that we are alone. We don't know. And that's why NASA spends billions and billions of dollars in order to make sure that they can explore more other opportunities. And you have the Earth around, I think here, this will be Jupiter, and then, or Saturn, whatever. And then they spin around our solar system in this way. So you have them going all around. I don't know where they are. But this is just to show you how they spin. This is a computer generated, and I did not design it either. I got it from the internet. So I have it. The blue thing is to show you, I think this is, I can't tell what this one is all about, but it's carrying a chunk of stuff. My business is mainly to keep it towards today. I wouldn't want to... Now, sometimes when the moon is nearer, I told you about the apogee and the perigee moon. When it is the perigee moon, when it is nearer, then it becomes larger by illusion. And if it is coming out of Kororo, it tends to be huger. And that's why you see you have a bunch of these cactus trees, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 cactuses fitting in one moon. And if you were to look at it when it is on the trees, you can imagine having all these trees appearing just in one moon. Or if you were to look at it on a range of a rod, you can see a rod which is this wide, but here it looks as if it is a thread in comparison to the moon. So sometimes an illusion as a super full moon makes it this larger. And there are a bunch of technologies in the space. Most of you use iPhones. Most of you have DSTV in your homes or any other digital TV. Most of you do transactions on the bank. Most of you do have GPSs or have been driven in cars which are having GPSs. All that is made possible because of these satellites. But the satellites you are seeing here, or the probes you are seeing here, like the solar probe, the Solar Dynamics Observatory, the Solar Heliospheric Observatory by the European Space Agency, these are to study the consequences of the sun's activity on the Earth. And this is our Earth here. The Earth is believed to be like a giant magnet inside its core because of the iron core inside, and when it is rotating, a magnetic field is created. So we have what we call a magnetosphere around the Earth, and this is what protects us from this solar wind which always comes from the sun. I don't want to go into that, but because the slide is there, I thought I would say something. So all these technologies are studying about the sun, and we enjoy all these technologies. So when you hear someone saying they are investing in a space program, and then you say they are wasting money, and then when you reach home, you cut your leg and start enjoying premiership. Premiership comes because of this taillight. You are able to make a transaction on the ATM, and when you put the card in the other ATM, you find the transaction is already captured. Before you leave the ATM, you get an SMS on your phone. All that is possible because of this technology. So next time you hear somebody talking of investing in space, don't say that is a wastage of money. Without it, this world would be boring. There wouldn't be WhatsApp, there wouldn't be internet, there wouldn't be TV, there wouldn't be radio. I don't know, many things wouldn't be possible. Okay, so that is what I was saying, that the space weather, you will hear some things in the future, space weather and space science. If you have the sun releasing a lot of chunk of matter, which we call corona mass ejections, you get these charges sometimes interfering with the spacewalks or astronauts. It can interfere with the satellites. It can interfere with our DSTV. It can interfere with the radars on the airports. It can interfere with the, you've ever heard of the oil cable is spoiled, that's why our internet is slow. It can interfere with our oil industry, which is upcoming. It can interfere with the grid, our grid electricity, telecommunications, to mention but a few, which I don't want to go into for today, since the moon is promising to show up. You did pray before you came here. Soon we shall be able to install a lightning station here. And then we shall join the network and be able to monitor the lightning flashes around this place. So probably when that is possible, and it is, maybe I could call you another time or appear in another way to explain how we are now able to know how the lightning is able to, and this is in collaboration with the University of Washington, to make sure that we can be part of the network. And that's how some people normally take beautiful photographs of the moon. You can use them on a postcard, you can use them as a cover photo for your Facebook, to mention but a few. And in conclusion, on Monday, Canas or College of Natural Sciences, in collaboration with other colleges which have scientific related stuff, we shall be having, or we shall be celebrating the World Science Day on Monday, November 10th, in order to commemorate the beautiful things that science has brought to this world. This moon here you see is a representation of the partial lunar eclipse. When the shadow of the caused by the earth is cast on the moon, you get what we call a bloody or a red moon. And this is how blood it looks like. And so I thank you for coming, and let us now see whether the real moon can appear. And then we will be able to see. I hope our prayers are working. On that note, now that this is the end of year viewing, I would like to take a couple of questions. But if the moon is partially there, this is not good, and around 10 it will be raining, so I don't know, but good enough now you have an idea of how these things work. So in the meantime, I could show you just slightly the presentation of the eclipse, which we just remind you of how the eclipse happened. Because we can't now just sit here and wait for it. It is not my fault. You will not pray. Otherwise, this whole place is empty. This other place is empty. This place where it comes from, and I think you prayed that it will come from. It is coming. Okay. Okay. So let me just 14 and see whether I can get. But if you have questions, as I said at this other part, you could ask the questions, and then where possible I can answer, where not possible I can refer it to next time. So you have already seen this, and I used also this to make sure that I gave a presentation to the journalists, also to members of staff as a way of community service. Because I was annoyed when I read the new vision was busy saying 40 Germans are coming to view the eclipse, and they are bringing machinery. I said, but we are here. We did this physics. And I gave an introduction, talked about the solar system. Now you know how it is. I talked about the dynamics. You saw the dynamics of the solar system. The geometry which causes the eclipse, the path of totality, and then why was it called a hybrid eclipse, and how many times do we have eclipses, and how to view an eclipse. But you have a question?
What I wanted to know is, does the moon spin on its own axis?
No. That's why we see the woman all the time. So it's like, if you got a string on a tennis ball and you start so that it does not spin, it just keeps, we keep seeing the same side all the time.
Another thing, you told us that the earth spins well with it tilts at that angle. But why is that not pole and without pole? As not there.
You play with them.
I answer appropriately.
Let's play this game about adding. 2.
Is when the moon becomes enough.
What should I do?
Let
Do
me
like
know so
this.
that I can.
2.
Okay, if you look at this kind of motion,
Don't bring.
much as there is a tilt,
Wait.
but that tilt, like in the summer,
Bring.
people unlike the north pole, south pole, there is no landmass. There's not that
1
much
plus
landmass
2 plus
on
1?
the south pole.
Okay.
On the Greenland or Iceland, is on almost on
No,
the,
you don't do it.
on the Arctic Circle. So as you can see, this is our sun.
Yeah.
Much as there is tilt, and in the summer you get these countries getting. If we were to look at the real map, you find that the countries are a bit away from the pole.
Yeah.
And this only 6 months is not so much of the time that you melt all the snow, because that snow is just at the top where you don't get that much sun. But in the summer, one professor from US wasn't able to keep his job because he was in the northern of Norway, and you keep seeing the sun in one place, and he failed to continue with his job. They even bought him blinders and made his curtains as thick as possible. He said, no, I can't work here where it is always day every day. And he went away. So in the summer, like even in other places, around midnight you see some haziness, around 3 starts shining. But of course, when that happens, most of the snow goes away. Of course, a bigger chunk of part. But the snow in the Arctic Circle, that other part remains because the sun is not that much on that spot. It does not, the sun they cannot spin. The 23.4 degrees is really a small angle to make everything look on the
Amazing.
sun. I mean on the top of the it has come. Okay. Yes, now I suggest yes, and I'm happy you said that. children, but I have children, so I'll be able to set up both of them for the old ones and the young ones.
I think you carry this. Eh? Yeah, I'm going to set up. Where is the other case? Wait. Then get one of them. So the young ones, come. I have to first make it go down.
Actually, this way you end up the ground stuck. If they are against the
Bwana bunonga bulabo mwezi. Baba.
Baby, wait.
First, then two.
Yes.
It's not good, but
Just like you're seeing that. Just
we make the lines a bit better.
This one and this one around the side.
Let me arrange it.
I think something. Have you seen?
Shona kyekiriwo kalembe tambuziza ebintu kinemeddeko mwana nempuyanga okirira ova wano eninda tu Kanyawas Shona abamana kuna kugalina
Yeah, that's why I brought it.
Avoid someone.
So we asked me why athletes run anti-clockwise the way they've done it.
What?
Athletic. You run anti-clockwise around the field and not in the clockwise direction.
Unison.
Now you can see that go back
And then it starts coming down again.
You're so back of the moon. I tell you, and you repeat, they had twisted them. It had gone on the other side.
Nice.
But Charles has to just
It is upside down. It is upside down.
Just teach me breast, you don't need to polite me. Why? If you actually look at her, she's a very good girl. Just give her a chance. If you really love her, just run.
Or you can do
And then you run. When you have come and play,
don't touch it.
yeah. It is very nice. I got allowed me to call it out. You know, I can drop an email. Yeah, which is very popular. Which I should
right now, run away from
now we can't see the surface.
Kama kisichiruni. Kama mwezi.
Ne muganda gwenge gwe wafa. Wafa.
Wachi japwezi ubi. Wachi japwezi ubi. Mono viewing. Yo muri seyo kimunga nkuba ngani wali nengera.
Kifananyi. Tekayo.
Nateke mu flash eri super lukoni. Pagita flash. Azokuli kumanyi okwada kwata okwaso. Wenu kano mu line engemu.
It was just giving us headache.
Are you see? So if you're free, then we meet.
You guys, one last time, then we go. Until last time.